Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Tish.
I'm Brian.
And today we will be going over our updated Ancestry results. Apparently, Ancestry updated their ethnicity estimates and we no longer what we thought we were.
They did a lot. A
Yes.
lot of stuff changed.
But the good thing is, I knew it. I knew it and they knew it.
Oh boy.
My people knew it and I knew it. I told you what I was and I knew what I was a majority of.
Okay, we gotta tell them what you.
Okay, so should we go into my estimates
well, yeah,
first?
I guess since you brought it up and are super happy about it, go ahead and tell us through it.
Yes. Okay, so like I said, I knew it. They can't tell me what I already know that I was. So my results are my Nigerian part of me increased to 44%. Previously, it was 2%. So I'm more Nigerian, which I already knew that. And they already knew that because every time I would go somewhere, they would ask me, "Are you Nigerian?" And I would say no, but now I can say I'm at least 44% Nigerian, which is almost a majority of me. Basically, it is a majority of me, of my DNA. So
she's super happy about this.
Yes.
By the way. She was.
Bow on there, my people.
She taking this really seriously, almost too seriously.
Yes. So now I can, when I talk to Sunday, which is my Walmart greeter from Lagos, Nigeria, now I can let him know that I am 44% Nigerian. So he quizzes me every time I go in there. So I really got to be prepared now when I go in there. Okay, next I got England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe. That was previously it was 9%. That went up to 15%, which is crazy.
Wow, you got whiter.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah. If your England increased, you got whiter.
Yeah, but my African increased too, so it balances out.
I'm not prepared to do any math. So let that slide, I guess.
Yeah, so that side of me increased by 6%. Next, we have Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples. Previously, it was 22%, and then that went down to 13%. Benin and Togo was 36% previously. That went down to 9%, and that's all because of Nigeria. And Hubby's gonna explain.
A lot of people, like if you hadn't checked your ancestry in a few months, especially if you were of African American descent, you probably want to go back and look at it because it's probably changed a whole lot. They said because Africa is so genetically diverse, they have had a lot of problems trying to get the African DNA exactly right. So especially if you had Nigerian anywhere in your DNA, it probably changed a whole lot. Like both of ours did. My Nigerian went from 2% to 44% Nigerian.
So we're both Nigerian.
We always knew we were at least a little Nigerian.
Yeah.
So if you had Benin, Togo, or Ivory Coast, Ghana, there's probably a strong chance that a lot of that changed to Nigeria because they're apparently, for whatever reason, they're better able to identify the Nigerian DNA now. So even if you hadn't looked at it in a few months, you might want to go check it again because it's probably done some wild stuff on you. It said the Benin, Togo, and Ghana regions also saw huge changes because of the more accurate African DNA.
Yeah. Yep. That's about it. It increased. I wasn't expecting it, but I already knew it, so didn't have to expect it. Mali was 4%, and it actually increased to 7%, which is a 3% increase. Ghana, I was originally 15% Ghana, and that actually went down to 5%. Senegal, I didn't even have that the first time around, so now I'm at least 4% Senegal. And my Ireland and Scotland was previously 9%. That actually went down to 3%. And regions that were removed were my African South Central hunter gatherers. I lost that. And I also lost my Native American.
No, going up to the Windstar and getting them.
82% of me is African, and 18% of me is not African. Is not in Africa. So Hubby's gonna go over his results.
So as we mentioned, big changes to the Nigerian region. So I was 29% Nigerian before. That went all the way up to 40 now.
Wow.
My Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu went down from 29 to 20. Mali went up a lot. That went from 4% to 11%. England, Wales, Northern Europe is about the same. Went from 12 to 10. Not a huge increase. Benin, Togo, because they're able to better identify Nigeria now. That went way down. That went from 32% to 9% because apparently they had some of that misidentified. Senegal actually went up from 11% to 14%. Ireland, Scotland stayed about the same. Went from 2 to 3%. So it almost negligible change right there. I lost Ivory Coast and Ghana completely. Sorry, my Ivory Coast and Ghana people. I still love you though. Lost Southern Asia, which is only about 1%, so that's not a huge change. Lost France. Sorry, I'm still Cajun deep down. So, and I also lost Native Americans. So I'm not getting to get up to the Windstar or run for president with Elizabeth Warren either. Sorry.
Mm-mm. But look at your Ivory Coast gone. That's 15%. That's what made me suspect. I'm like, these are huge percentages. It's changing by a lot. Like it's a huge gap.
And so you also got to remember, that DNA doesn't follow political boundaries. Boundaries are really just lines on the ground where one country supposedly starts and another country ends. DNA doesn't care about any of that.
Also, that's why when you look at the map, it overlaps. So you have to look at the colors on the map because the colors overlap because of the political boundaries.
Especially like I have apparently I'm 1% Baltic now in Eastern Europe, as you know, as always. That's Eastern Europe.
Oh.
That's could be. I try to think of some like maybe Bosnia, Herzegovina, stuff like that. So the names of the countries are changing all the time, but I mean it's still the same land. They just call something different now. And again, your DNA doesn't care about the lines that we drew on the ground. Mm-hmm. So that's how you can see huge changes. And then, like I said, the technology always updates, so they get plus more people are adding their DNA, so that helps make it more accurate. So, and as we said, we're going to keep updating this, because we want to find out more. Every time there's an Ancestry does, especially a huge update like this, it changes a bunch of stuff. We're going to let you know about it. And again, go check yours, especially if you are of African American descent, it probably changed a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Also, they mentioned with the Native American stuff, I think at the beginning they said they had 2 categories for Native America. They've upped that to 11. So yeah, that's why you're seeing a lot of changes in the Native American and South American categories.
And they're still working on like the Asia, like Thailand and Cambodia. They're still working on those because they don't have enough DNA from those groups.
So to my Asian brothers and sisters, go sign up for Ancestry so you can get your DNA in there. Also, so part of it's just the way inheritance works. You get 50% of your DNA from your mom and 50% from your dad, and then the other 50% gets left behind. And there's no way to predict how that works. It could be. So your parents might have some stuff that in their DNA that didn't get passed down to you. They might have had French or Native American, and for whatever reason, that part of the DNA didn't get passed to you. It's not some of the stuff they can't predict how it's going to work.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of African Americans really can't, trace their heritage all the way back to no one can trace all the way back to the beginning, but, years and years and years back. So Ancestry allows us to pinpoint, pretty much where we started, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, because, as I've discussed in previous videos, we didn't learn about both of this in school. They tell us a little bit about Black history in February, the rest of the time is quiet crickets. Mm-hmm. So we got to do our own research.
Unless you go to an HBCU, they teach you all about your heritage. As Ancestry updates their ethnicity estimates, we'll be sure to create future videos regarding our estimates.
And if your estimate changed, let us know in the comments.
Or if you've taken the Ancestry DNA test, be sure to let us know in the comments and let us know what your percentages are. If you have not already subscribed, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.